Alistair, thanks for coming in. Can you start by explaining exactly what a software robot is?
Hi Dan, yeah sure. So a software robot, if you look over the shoulder of one of these knowledge workers who works in the back office of what Americans often call cube farms, you'll see them cutting and pasting, moving things around on their PC desktop, using their keyboard, mouse, scratch pad, etc. And if you could replace that, instead of having a human being, but having a piece of software that exactly emulates what the human being does, that's what we think of as a software robot. And in Blue Prism's context, what we've done is we've taken that concept of a software robot and built it into industrial scale, enterprise class proposition that takes account of resilience, scalability, governance, security, etc.
So licensing income makes up a very high component of your overall revenue profile, 75%. Why is that, and how does that relate to how your technology is implemented within your customer base?
Okay, so the reason why our software license revenues are such a large portion of our overall revenues is because this is a single packaged product. Every one of our 74 customers uses the exact same piece of software. There's no bespoking, as there often is in large-scale enterprise software implementations.
So can you tell us about your business model? You've been self-financing up until IPO, yet loss-making. Can you talk us through how your revenue recognition and your business model works?
Yeah, so our business model generates cash faster than revenue. A typical license model for us would be billed over 3 years. It would be invoiced annually in advance, yet it would be recognised pro rata monthly over the term. So you can see that generates cash faster than it puts revenue onto the P&L, and that's the reason why we've been able to sort of bootstrap the business so far since 2008. Equally, if you look at our balance sheet, you'll find that all our R&D and everything else has been expensed, so that's nice and clean too. So this is a proven, profitable business model in the UK that we're rolling out globally.
And what about the competition? Presumably software robots is a competitive space. Who are your competitors, and how do you differentiate yourself from those players?
Yeah, well, obviously this is an emerging market of some considerable interest, and so there are competitors coming on board into this new sort of robotic process automation space. So we see guys like Automation Anywhere, OpenSpan, NICE, UiPath, and a small handful of others. Where we focus our attention is on enterprise robotic process automation, so we're working with the blue chip customer base. That's our piece of the market. We're working with them in industrialized style automations with transformational results, and that's where we're going to continue to focus.
So you've accumulated quite an impressive roster of blue chip customers and of partners. How did you go about doing that? What was the attraction of Blue Prism to them?
Yeah, the reason we've been able to attract such a high-profile set of blue-chip customers is because we focused very specifically on their needs, and we spent 4 years developing the product so that it was scalable, so that it was secure, so that it was resilient, and so that it could be used often in these regulated environments across a wide range of industries, as I said earlier, in a single product representation.
So what is the focus now? Do you want to continue to expand that partner base, or do you really want to focus on getting more out of the current partners that you do have already?
Well, the answer to that is simply both. So obviously we're advancing our sales pipeline and landing new customers all the time, but obviously we have a land and expand strategy. So many of our 74 customers have only come on board in the last 18 months or so, and as they come on board in a land manifestation of the land and expand strategy, then clearly there's an opportunity for them to get more value out of the product as we move forward, and we hope to work with them and our partners to achieve that, so that they get better value out of the software, and that obviously means more license fees for us.
And software robots really seem to have come to the fore over the last 6 months or so. Why do you think that is?
I think we're reaching the maturity of industrialized automation, and we're starting to see a transformation based on more operationally led robotic type technologies, and we've seen this happen over the last 50 years, for example, in the automotive sector, The result has been, safer environments, better salaries, more jobs, better quality products, mass customization, and I guess we're trying to do the same thing to the white collar back office, taking those same principles, using sort of largely operationally led automation.
And then finally, what should investors be looking for in Blue Prism in your first year following your IPO?
Well, obviously the financials. I think looking for progress in the sales pipeline in terms of the customer base, not just in new customers, but seeing how we can encourage customers to get more value out of the product. I think in terms of our partner base, some increase in that, but also an improvement in the number of partners that are productively working together with us. This is sort of relatively early stage initiatives for us. And then I think from a competitive standpoint, just making sure that from our perspective, it's important that we keep our thought leadership position in this brand new product category, this brand new market of robotic process automation. So we'll be investing time and money in marketing to fulfill that.